Hey YouTube, what's up? Blue Witch here. I have a guest today. She doesn't want to be on camera though, so. Anyways, so we're going to do a quick video on servitors because I've been getting a lot of questions. People are making them and then they don't know what to do with them. So yeah, this is my servitors. This one here, this is a family servitor. This is my servitor assigned specifically for me. This one is assigned to my husband. This one is also specifically for me. And then this one right here is my family servitor. Okay, so what do you do with servitors? So my husband's servitor, this guy over here, he keeps them safe. He watches them because my husband works on the road a lot. And so he drives a lot and he works, his job is kind of dangerous with work with the pipeline and stuff, you know. So anyway, so this servitor is made specifically for him to keep him safe. And he also has, he also tells me, like, if my husband's being naughty, then he will tell me. He won't, like, come to me like, hey, so, you know, your husband said this and this. It's not like that. Like, he has orders. Like, if my husband does something that's disrespectful to me, then shit will go down, and then I'll know because it's a specific thing that will happen. And so I will know because of this specific thing that is supposed to happen if he's ever disrespectful to me in any way. Now, the family servitor, mostly right now, he mostly just watches after my grandchildren. I have grandchildren in many places, and so he watches them, and when I call him back into his vessel and I feed him and give him energies. And then to talk to him, I use the pendulum. Well, I will take him, I'll take his vessel and put it in front of me, and then I meditate with him. I close my eyes and I concentrate on him and I say his name however many times. You program your servitor to come and communicate with you by saying their name however many times. Okay, we'll just say I have to call his name 10 times and then he'll come into his vessel. So I say his name 10 times and then I meditate on what appearance I gave him, like in the astral planes. And then I put my hand over the top like this, and you could feel the energy. And so a lot of times I could just ask him questions and tell by the type of energy that I feel. Another thing you could do is use your pendulum. Ask him questions. Like, I have too many of them here right now to be able to use the pendulum. I would have to just pull one in front of me, meditate with him, and then ask him specific questions, yes or no. And my string is string. It's not like a necklace, because when you use the necklaces, your energy, you know, the chains, then your energy can go down the chain and cause a false reading. Like, you can answer your own questions if you want to by doing that. This, you still can do that, but you have to keep your mind clear of the answer. And then use string. It's a little more accurate that way. I know that as witches, we're energy manipulators, and so it's really hard for us to sometimes keep ourselves from doing that. So you just don't do that. Anyway, so this is my family servitor. He protects my family, my grandchildren, my children, so on. That's his job. My husband's children have been grafted into that, so they're also protected. They don't really know about him, but A couple of my grandchildren do, and my daughter does, and they all use him. But he goes to them regardless if they call him or not. They can call him and ask him for protection. Like, as witches, we work with a lot of spirits. Oh, do you like my little skull dude? He has a little bit of a sentimental thing attached to him, but he's not a servitor yet. I could make him one, but I haven't. But anyways, as witches, we work with spirits a lot, and so sometimes they bug us. They come to us, they want us to help them, and so, well, at least that happens to me. Sorry, I'm getting a call. Let me see. Hopefully you guys are not hearing that. Anyways, so, yeah. We get harassed a lot by ghosts and spirits and fairies and all kinds of things. So this servitor here, he stays with me always. He has a little bobcat head on him, and then his head is a lava skull, and then in here is his sigil and stuff. But anyway, so I work with him a lot, and he has he keeps me covered with like a net in the other dimension. He covers me with like an electric net kind of sort of thing, and that keeps other spirits off of me. I don't know if they can't see me or if they just can't get through the net. I'm not exactly sure how it works there, but he keeps that net on me. It's a net of protection. And I actually have pictures because I have the gift of being able to take pictures in my magic mirror and see all my, well, you guys know, it's on my page. You can see them too. But anyway, so I have pictures of this net coming off of me like this. It's like a white energy, and it goes like this off of me, and it's my protection net that he puts on me. This guy over here, he is my first servitor that I ever created, and I send him on tasks a lot because he's really good at manifesting things in the physical realm. Something you could do if you want to work on your, if you spend a lot of time working with your servitors, you can teach them to do that. Give them something easy. Start working with something easy like, I don't know, like roll a pin, or, you know, roll something across the table to you, or, you know, give them little things, or make the candle flicker, or just things like that, that, like, just treat them like as if they're ghosts, okay, like, because they're in that dimension, in the same dimension that the spirits are in. And so, and then communicating with them with the pendulum, feeling their energies. They're not, some people can meditate with them and then learn to open themselves up and listen to them and talk to them. Some people cannot do that with them. I don't always do that. I've done it a couple of times. It's very rare for them to communicate with me like vocally, but it has happened a couple of times. But just make sure that if you have a servitor, that the things that you give it, that their abilities have a purpose, that they have jobs to do every day. It's very important that they have stuff to do. If you create a being for no purpose and they have no purpose, then they're just going to run amok until they die. They'll die eventually because you're not giving them any energy. You're not feeding them anything. By giving them jobs, they get stronger and stronger and stronger. And so, and then you can add to their abilities, to their things that they can do and can't do. So So you just have to keep working with them. And it's very important that you always give them a job. If you have a servitor and it has no purpose, and you don't have the energy or the time to spend with it, then consume it back into source, which is you. So you just take the stuff inside their vessel, their sigil and stuff that's in their vessel, and then put it in your cauldron and burn it and say, so and so, I consume you. And then visualize all of their energy coming back into you. It will not hurt you because it's your energy. It's your sigil. It's your thought form. It's not going to hurt you to reconsume it and then remake them later if you want to. If you decide later that you have a different purpose for them and you need them, then just remake them. But if you're going through a time when you don't need them and they don't have a purpose and you aren't going to use them anymore for right now, then consume them. Put them back in you. Take your energy back. And wait until you need them and then just remake them. You can do that anytime you want. You can give them a shelf life. You can keep them going forever if you want to. But just remember that if you're not going to use them, it's really important that you go ahead and, take your energy back. And it's not like it's going to hurt their feelings or anything. They're not humans. They're thought forms. I forgot my notes. What else was I supposed to talk about? There was a couple other things. Well, when you're creating one and you give them abilities, make sure that you have a purpose for each ability. And then when you give them tasks, when you give them jobs to do, make those jobs match their abilities so that the more that they use them, the better, the stronger and the better they get to serve you better. No, your thought forms are not going to go mow your lawn for you. They're not going to do your grocery shopping for you. They're not going to clean your house for you. They're not that kind of servants. They are to serve your magical needs and serve your other dimensional needs. Like this one here, for example, somebody did something really mean to me and tried to hurt me and stuff. And so I sent him to that person and made sure that he tortured that person in the same way that they were trying to torture me for a month. I gave him 1 month to do it every day and to put certain thoughts in that person's head and to put the pain upon her that she tried to put on me for 1 month, and then to come home. And I told him to get his energy from her, to feed on her and to drain her of all of her energies and to make her feel the pain and everything that she was trying to inflict upon me. And then when I saw that person again, I knew that it was working and that he was doing a good job, because when the next time I saw that person, they apologized to me and said that they felt like I thought that they were trying to hurt me and that they were trying, all the things that I told him to put in her head, that person was saying to me. And so I knew where it was coming from. And it was pretty awesome and funny. And I just was like, oh, I bet you are sorry. Sure you are. I know you are. But, so that's what they're for. And that's how you communicate with them. And when they're doing a good job, it's really important that you tell them they're doing a good job. put your energy into them. I tell them that I love them and that they're doing such a good job, and I'm so proud of them. And I feed them. I made special drops for them that has my blood in it. It has wine, it has herbs, it has oils, it has blood like dove's blood and things like that in it. And yeah, these three have the same food. The family servitor has a special food specifically for him, and I had to make like a big old thing of it because it has to last forever. And so whenever I have an extra bottle of wine that I don't finish or whatever, I put it in his food with blood from me. Because your servitors are connected to you, so they have to have that connection. So I give them my blood. And so they're only connected to me. When you create servitors for other people, you make sure that they put their blood on their sigils. Because I am still the creator and I'm still the person who invented them and created them, I can go back and consume them if I want to, or control them even if I want to. But I have not done that. But I can if I want to. And like if I gave somebody a servitor and then they betrayed me or something like that, then I can stop their protection if I want to. And I can stop whatever gifts that I gave them, because I know their sigil, I know their abilities and how they're made, and all I have to do is put their sigil down, call them forth the X amount of times, and then burn it. Even if I don't have the actual one, I can still do that. Or I can have them go in and do something else if I want to. But I have not done that. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not that kind of witch unless I have to be. Isn't this the same song that came on in my house in that other video I did? It's so weird. Anyways, so this was just a quick little video I wanted to do. It was requested. I can't remember the young lady's name. But, I don't know. Sorry, hon, I can't remember your name. And I don't have my paper. I didn't bring my notes out that I took from all the questions. Anyways, that's it. If you have any other questions, go ahead and give me a call. Oh, and she was saying something about that she gave them numbers and colors and all these things to show her whenever they're around. Mine all have an appearance, physical aspects that you would see them, like if you were astral traveling, you would see them. If you were able to see in the fifth dimension, you would be able to see them how I created them, the appearance I gave them for that dimension. But in our physical dimension, I don't know. This guy right here, I gave him the ability to show himself if my husband's being, disrespectful to me, then he has orders should make himself visible to warn him to watch his ass, because he's pissing his wife off. But, yeah, I have lots of spells on my husband, so I don't really worry about it too much. I think that I think that if you have a husband, you should definitely put spells on him. Why wait till you have a problem and then try to put a spell on him? That's kind of stupid, I think. It's preventative. You know, it keeps you from having problems, I feel. And I would never put anything like to harm him. Just little things to let him know, and that's his job. And he's pretty scary looking. I made him pretty scary looking, but my husband knows about him, and he knows about all the spells I put on him too. And he's like, whatever. He don't care. Not that he doesn't believe, he just doesn't care. He just thinks that he's a man, blah, 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 he can handle it, whatever. And most of it's just like love spells, so he just thinks that's cute, you know. But, anyways, alright. Did I forget anything? Hannah Banana? I didn't forget anything? Alright, you guys. Peace out. Have a fucking awesome weekend coming up. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.